Bebop, got it on lock. Check your wristwatch. Tick tock, time for lift off. You hear the stars calling. All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Bebop Boys back. Welcome back to the Bebop Boys podcast, where we talk about movies, anime, comic books, all type of fly shit. I may have fucked that order up, but it's all good. Yeah,
War.
We do talk about war.
War.
Why women should stay in the kitchen. You know, all that shit.
22 seconds. 22 seconds.
I know.
22 seconds.
I gotta get all my jokes off because my girl only watch up to like 30 minutes, and then so then she come home and be like, "Don't say that about women,
bro."
Like,
first, we got. This is our first. What the fuck? First post-war pod.
Oh yeah, you know,
So,
I was in the trenches, man.
Huh?
For real, I was in the trenches, bro. Loading up fucking M1 carbines in the trenches in Iran.
you talking about Call of Duty?
Talk about Battlefield 6.
Fortnite.
I was hold my officer who just got shot down. I was like, bro, you gonna make it. You gonna make it. I swear, your family gonna love you.
That's brave.
Even though your girl cheated on you, you know, like some jarhead shit.
And right before he died, he said the clown has no penis.
Jesus Christ.
Nah. Yeah.
How you fellas doing?
Honestly, bro, I'm good, and I'm also kind of terrified at the same time. Yeah. On the real. Like, I ain't really been like, I really don't pay attention to politics like that. But like randomly yesterday, when I got a notification saying that we bombed some niggas, I didn't know I bombed somebody. I didn't know. Now, you know that clip going around the internet like, yo, we bombed some niggas? Like, yeah, we really did. So that's kind of crazy. Last week was just protest. They was kicking in people's doors trying to, snatch babies away from their parents, but
Not cool.
not cool at all.
I feel like we're like edging. Like that's what it feels. It feels like we're like edging
I think we just shot our
World War
first
III.
load, though.
Cause like it's just constant tension shit, no peace shit. Like, can we just
Yeah,
get
like
it over
Cold
with?
War.
If it's gonna happen, just do it.
Yeah, stop being pussies, dog. If y'all gonna shoot at us, shoot at us.
You know what's really profitable?
War.
Battle
Yup.
asses.
For some people.
War makes a lot of money.
Trump loves profit.
Yeah, they do.
War
Yeah.
makes lots of money.
War makes a lot of money.
Other than that, though, I'm good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
How about you, bro?
Yeah, as a middle to lower class white male, I'm chilling.
Welcome to the lower class, bro.
Why
Shit.
Down here.
why'd you give your biography?
Yeah, what's in your bio?
Because in my immediate life, what's going on doesn't affect me too much. So I'm ignorant to the true terrors of this world.
Aren't we
And
all?
I stress about it, but not as much as other people are stressing, probably.
The most you can do is just
Sorry.
just
Send
try
thoughts
to-
and prayers. It's the
thoughts and
best we can do.
prayers and try to stay informed so we don't repeat.
Yeah, being informed, yeah.
Yeah, just being informed.
history-
We
History's
are
always
informed, and we're still repeating history.
Yep.
We literally are doing the same thing right
Oh, no,
now
I'm not. I
that
mean-
we did with Iraq.
Us three on this couch can be informed.
Yeah.
We not bombing Iraq.
The little people.
We not bombing Iraq. I know in the greater scheme of things, like, you guys did bomb Iraq, but
Hey, don't look
we
at me.
didn't. Sorry, my bad. West didn't bomb Iraq.
West didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
I think
He was
most
important.
people are ignorant to one of the number one terrors in the world that live. I say most people is, and most people that live outside of Asia. Durian. Durian is probably top 5.
I hate that nigga too.
Nope, not a person. It's a fruit.
Oh. I thought you were talking about a fruit.
Yeah,
just talking about a person.
it's top 5 most fucked up things on this planet.
Durian. What does it do? Does it like?
It's a fruit?
It's like a drug kind of thing.
It's not a
Wait,
drug.
hold on.
It's just a fruit.
What is wrong
I
with
thought
it?
it was a fruit that like gives you psychedelic shit.
Nope.
But it's,
There's 3 definitions of a fruit.
is that the smelly fruit?
Yeah.
Oh. It's just really
So
smelly.
it can kill you if you were walking under a tree and it fell off. It's very, very hard. It can kill you. It smells god awful. Doesn't smell like any fruit that you would think a fruit would smell like. And
Have you seen a durian?
Yeah, I've tasted it.
What the fuck? Why do you?
Because
do that?
we were doing a video back when I was working with Stefan and Preston and all them,
Jesus
and they're
Christ.
it's a delicacy in Asia.
So
they're having us all taste it, and it tastes fucking awful. My description of it is like turpentine mixed with fucking rotten eggs. That's kind of like the smell.
That's crazy.
I have never had turpin surf before. Whatever you just said.
Turpentine.
Turpentine is like something you would clean stuff up with. It very highly
Like a crime scene.
no.
Okay.
Usually like machine type of stuff, like cars and that type of stuff. It's a really god awful smell, and I think there should be a lot more awareness about how terrible this fruit is, and you should really look at people that like that fruit
Or niggas named
sideways,
I
because
feel like you just threw a whole shade at Asian people.
He did.
That's racist.
that's not racist.
Stop Asian hate.
because there's a lot of Asian people that don't like durian and think it's gross.
Hey.
I would hope.
Every Asian I meet from now on, I'm gonna ask them if they like durian or not.
Durian, not durian.
Durian.
Okay.
Got a lot of problems in this world. We got war and we got durian fruit.
It's a couple more, but
Those are the two main problems we got to be aware of.
okay. Well, that's our political segment.
Yes.
Holy shit.
You okay, bro?
I just looked. It looks like a puffer fish.
Oh. I've seen those before.
That bitch lands on your head, nigga. You out of here.
You had a Tupac meet and greet.
You that bitch looks like a mace. It looks like the
Yeah.
the old like
Oh, what's them shits called? The males?
Morning
They're mace.
Morningstar.
Yeah, they're-
Morningstar.
Yeah, Morningstar Mace. Yeah.
Bro, yeah. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
anyway,
mace is a
speaking
stick.
of funny
Yeah.
ways to die, I saw Final Destination.
Wow. Okay. Before you break it down, how many Final Destinations have you seen?
One.
So it's your fault. That they keep
two.
making these shit.
Wait, hold on. I gotta think about it. I saw 1, 2, 5, and 6.
You just-
Yeah.
And you talk about watching Walking Dead being dire or whatever it is being dreadful, and you watching Final Destinations with the
watched-
girl from Scott Pilgrim.
I watched Final Destination when they came out. Like in 2000, I was watching that shit in 2006.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what.
right. Yeah, you're right.
But
Anyway, how was it?
it's bro. Me and my girl were talking about that because I was like, bro, I don't know, because like, Final Destination is a cringy thing.
Right.
So it
Yeah,
was
it's very
cringy.
cliche. It's very
Like-
corny.
Like the story of it, but like the people that watch it, you watch it to see how methodical the deaths are. So it's like it's just kind of like a goofy kind of thing. So like in terms of like just being a movie, it's like a 6. But like in terms of like the other Final Destinations, I actually did like it because like this one is called Bloodlines, and they did some like intricate shit with it. So it was like the premise of it was that this lady, it starts off with like, you know how like you guys have seen the Final Destinations, right?
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
always start off with a premonition.
Yeah.
So it starts off with this premonition from this lady, and it's like some fucking like Sky Tower
I thought it
restaurant.
was in Dubai.
No, it was in Chicago. But it was like some Sky Tower restaurant thing, and it was like over capacity, and the floor was glass, and you can see how that went.
Y'all niggas got to.
You could see how that went. But it was in the 70s. So you're like, what the fuck is this? So then the main girl wakes up. It was her dream. So come to find out, she was dreaming of her grandma's premonition. And her grandma is like excommunicated from their family in general.
Was she racist or something?
No, she's like protecting herself from death. Like, so she like built a bunker and shit. But like she's dreaming of her grandma's premonition, and she goes to find her grandma because like now like she keeps falling asleep in class and shit, blah, 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 blah. So she goes to see her grandma.
Lock in, bitch. Oh.
Her grandma was like she lives in a bunker. She's like, that shit is crazy. And apparently her grandma survived like that instance. She saved everybody, but everybody died still. Like because like the whole premise is like you can't escape death. So everybody that was supposed to die in that thing still died. Besides her and this little boy, this little colored boy that she saved.
Oh, she saved the nigger?
Juneteenth.
Okay, all right.
Ring it up. so
Hey, this your month, nigga. Wait, this the 70s too?
it was
Wait,
like
how they let him up there?
Not his month.
his mom was singing.
Oh, that's why.
His mom was like
He was-
singing.
he had to work
yeah.
too.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
bro, no, he was sitting in the back.
You done with that bread?
So
bitch?
so that guy survived and she survived. And so she's like, obviously she's like a crazy person now. And she created like a whole book. She's not crazy because like what she's experiencing is true.
Right.
But it's like everyone thinks she's crazy. Like, so she has like this entire book about how to like possible scenarios that death will use to try and kill you. And like literally that's what it was. It was like a book of like every possible way that it will try to kill somebody. So the girl didn't believe her and she's like, what the fuck? Like, mind you, while she's sitting there, she like slipped up and like she left something and then a ray of the sun was beating through like a magnifying glass and then reflected off the magnifying glass to burn this rope that was like, if the rope fell, it would have shot something through her head. And she smelled it and threw something to block the sun ray out. And like she was like, not today, motherfucker, or whatever. So then she fucking goes out, bro. So the girl tries to leave and she's like, well, mind you, the grandma said that she has cancer now. So like,
Boo.
she has, so she has cancer. So she knows she's going to die anyway. So this girl tries to leave and then she's like, okay, like the grandma's like, all right, fuck it. You need to take this book because you have to protect our family. Because she said that this is where the bloodlines thing comes in. Because she was supposed to die, no one in her family is supposed to exist. So
that's a good concept.
Yeah, so like when she dies, like everyone else is gonna die, like because it has to go in order.
Oh yeah.
So,
Supposed to be here.
yeah, like so she has to die first, and then it goes in order from like oldest to youngest. So she says like fuck it, and then she's like, you need to take this book, like you need to protect our family. She's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I'm about to show you. She's like, what do you mean? She's like, seeing is believing. So she handed her the book. She stepped one step outside and fucking like a bunch of shit happened. And the fucking, you know, that like that thing that they used to put on like old houses where it was like a compass, it's like a sharp thing and it blows. Yeah, it like blew through the back of her head and like killed her like on instant. Like as soon as that happened, as soon as she stepped outside, she died.
So what if you kill yourself? They never thought about that in Final Destination. Like, what if I killed myself?
Well, they
did.
They did.
Where from?
So
Yeah,
in this movie, the black guy that was in all the Final Destinations, I don't know if he was in all of them. I think he was.
Rest in peace to Todd.
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
Mhm.
He was the little boy that she saved. Yeah. So he said, or she told her that he found somebody who survived, who like actually escaped death. And the way that they escaped, it was the girl from the second movie, and it was because she died and then came back to life. Like she drowned, like she drove into a lake and drowned and died. And then when they brought her back to the hospital, they brought her back to life. So then she actually did avoid death, well, because she died, so she fulfilled it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they said that the only ways that you can avoid it is to like die and come back to life or kill someone else, like because that person will take your spot. So that was how what you were describing happened. Like it's so fucking corny, bro. Bro, they went through like the family tree. The girl like started to go like acting like her grandma, so she went through her family tree and said who was gonna die in what order, and then one of her cousin was the oldest one. And he's like this punk rock dude, whatever. Like he has a bunch of piercings and shit, yada, yada, yada. So she was worried about him. And then something did happen where it made it look like he was about to die, but he didn't die. And then like she went to go check on him or whatever. They're running down the street. That guy's younger sister comes out and then she starts running and she tells her like, you're such a bitch or whatever, like whatever. Like they hate her for trying to bring this on because her uncle died. Like their dad died a couple weeks before, or a couple days before. So she was like, okay, now I know this is real. So the sister, like the guy's younger sister, starts running down the street. She gets picked up by a fucking trash can. Exactly how she warned the guy, like, this is how, like, you're probably going to die. Like, that kid's going to kick a soccer ball. It's going to hit this. It's going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then whatever. That did happen just to the sister. And then you come to find out that the son isn't really the dad's son, so he doesn't actually belong to that bloodline. And it was like a whole like random side story where it was like, oh, like, who's my dad? And he was like, oh, it was Johnny Fisher. And he was like, fucking Johnny Fisher? That's my dad.
Your mama was a hoe, nigga.
Bro, literally. So it was like, and then that guy did end up dying though, because he was trying to do that method on their younger brother and say like we'll kill you because he had a peanut allergy. We'll kill you and then bring you back, like, because we're in a hospital. So like we'll just do that. And they tried to do that, but then I think the Todd, what's his name? Joe.
I know Todd something. I don't
something
know his last name.
Tony Todd.
I want to say that, but I don't think it is. It might
Dude is in Candyman.
Yeah, he's fuck. Look at it. So he had told them that like death gets mad if you try to fuck with it. So that was why. Yeah, very. That was why, because they.
It is Tony Todd.
Okay.
Tony Todd.
They had accidentally turned on the MRI machine, and then something like they just like snuck into this room so that he could give his brother like this. It was like a Reese's cup or something, and triggered his like allergic reaction. Something happened where it like turned on the MRI machine, but turned it up to the max.
But that's how he got sucked.
Like,
man.
yeah. So, and he has a bunch of piercings on him. So it like pulled him into it and then like broke his back. And then he wasn't there to like do anything for his brother. So his brother crawled to him while he was having this allergic reaction after he got sucked into the MRI machine and took out like his EpiPen and like stabbed himself. But then one of those like spiral things from the vending machine that they got the Reese's cup from got pulled into the room from the MRI machine and went through his head.
Yo, that's
So,
like, that don't make no sense.
It's just
it does.
It's like that's what you watch it for.
Yeah.
Like, so it was like goofy, and then at the end of the fucking movie, they made it seem like they avoided death again because that girl, like the main girl,
Show some multiverse thing. Fuck you,
No,
Marvel.
no.
Making everything multiverse.
it's not multiverse. Like she got trapped inside their like RV. Bitch was drowning in a pond.
Bitch, stand up.
But like,
All right.
so she was drowning, and like her brother saved her. So then that made it look like they had stopped
He
it.
died.
Yeah, like she died and came back. And then this nigga's going to prom, and his date's fucking dad was like, I hear this guy's quite a hero. She's like, yeah, absolutely. He was like, yeah, you know, he saved me. He brought me back from the dead. And the guy was like, nah, well, not really dead. And they were like, huh? He was like, oh, well, I mean, you were just unconscious. Like, he didn't bring you back from death.
Like, well,
and of
actually,
course, that's the moment that a train derailed
Oh my
and
God.
hit a fucking thing. And then the wooden logs that were on it crushed them both. And
Nice.
that's how it ended. It was just, it's like,
Final Destination movie.
it's a niche. I think it's like a niche kind of a movie. Like, people that are watching it know that it's fucking dumb.
it made $300 million. That's
Bro,
it.
it's like,
Yeah,
the
that's what I
highest grossing
expect
one.
from Final
but honestly,
Destination.
compared to like some of the other
Highest
Final
grossing?
Destination, I feel like every Final Destination besides maybe the first one were like super goofy.
I mean, not the first one. Sorry, the third one had Mary Elizabeth. What's her name? I don't know.
Yeah.
She's from Scott Pilgrim, and I think they died in like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
thing.
so the first one is the plane.
Yep.
The second one is the traffic incident
Yeah,
with
the
log.
the lump on the log.
Yeah, the third one I think is the roller coasters.
Mhm.
The fourth one
NASCAR.
is the racetrack.
And,
The fifth one is a bridge, but the fifth one is a prequel to the first one.
oh my god.
Yeah, and then
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
the sixth one was this one that just came out. But that, like, they're all like just fucking
Gore fest is
just just
Yeah.
goofy.
Yeah. You get from them.
I've got something to say. You said something about it being the highest grossing one.
yes.
I see a lot of people bringing that up about certain things, like Travis's show for his Utopia tour
We gonna get into that.
being the highest grossing tour. Inflation has happened so much to the point where like stuff is almost double the price it was 5 years ago. So like, to me, that movie being like the highest grossing one isn't like, if you take the money comparison, like I guarantee it's not that much.
Even if it is the highest grossing, does not equate to it being better.
No, I
think the
100%,
marketing for this caused it to be in that.
I do
I
think
100%
conversation.
agree. It never equates to it being the best, but I also just like, everything lately has been the highest grossing. Yeah, because fucking everything's more expensive. It's kind of like,
And,
The best comparison that I think you
You're
would
spending more money,
definitely agree with would be like, I look at it as like NFL contracts, where
word.
almost
yeah,
every
like-
single year they're like, Matt Stafford is the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. Then the next year, oh, Kirk Cousins is the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. It's like, it doesn't mean, like, they're not even top 50 NFL quarterbacks in
because fucking
history. Like,
sports journalists and a lot of journalists in general are lazy as fuck. So they're gonna, yes, it's true. This is the
Clickbait.
highest. This is the highest contract. But it doesn't really like mean that much. It doesn't mean like this is the greatest player in history.
Yeah,
they're
why
just
does it even
using these.
matter?
They're using these hot words for fucking headlines to get clicks and stuff
And I
like
think
that.
I will say though, I do think that this. I wouldn't say it, like my girl was saying that they are, like people were saying that this was the best one out of all of them. I will say that like I feel like the Bloodlines concept was probably the most effort that they put into one.
Right.
Like it was clever. Like the concept of the movie itself is clever, and like so the first one I think was fine, but then even the second one was like
yeah,
fine.
the second one's my favorite.
Yeah, like the second one was like straight, but even like so with this one, I would say like that's probably the most creative, and then even like I went back and watched the fifth one, and because that was one I didn't see. So I knew it was a prequel, so I wanted to see it. So that was also like, that was goofy up until the only part I really liked about that one was the ending.
The end.
When they
that was cool.
when they showed that it was a prequel, like because
Leading up to the point.
yeah, like the first movie, it was I can't think of this guy's name. He was the guy in the Stan music video. He was
Oh, that was him.
yeah, he was the main.
Oh my god, that
he was
is
the main
him.
actor. So that guy, like, he was like freaking out on the plane after he had his premonition, and he was like, they escorted him off the plane. So they showed that. When I was like, damn, that was actually pretty dope, because that movie came out like 12 years earlier, and they made it look like kind of seamless. Like it was dope. And then like how they died too. It was like, you niggas did all this shit to avoid dying just to die a couple 6 months later.
To already die in a way that we've already known.
Which is kind of fucked up too, because it was like, if you, the question that I had after that though was like, so you guys did evade death, so then were you just supposed to die again? like
Yeah,
that's where
I
I was
can't
like,
remember.
kind of fell apart at that point, because I was like, damn. And my nigga was like, no fucking way. Like he was on the thing looking at his ticket. He was like,
Yeah.
no. And then like he asked like one of the the flight attendant's like, what was that guy freaking out? He was like, oh, he was just saying that everyone's gonna die or something like that. The guy was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Buckle. like, yeah, nigga, you ain't ducking death at all.
We always have them franchises that are going to be known money makers. Like when you see a Fast and Furious come up, you know it's going to make money. When I see a Final Destination, I know people are going to see it.
They're
When I
never
see
gonna
a Saw,
stop making those.
Never.
I know people are going to see
To
it.
bring up one, we don't have to stick too much on it, but I did want to bring it up. The 28 Years Later.
Yeah. Heard that was
Like,
good.
yeah, I've been hearing nothing but like, holy shit, this movie's fucking
I kind of want
phenomenal.
to see it now.
I don't even remember 28 Days Later.
Bro, it all happened in 28 days. Well,
20
no.
28 Days Later is my favorite horror movie of all time.
Word?
Definitely, obviously, like zombie movie of all time. Mostly because of now. 28 Days Later. I'm not gonna try to go too long. 28 Days Later was the first ever zombie movie ever. Like piece of media fiction of showing zombies that can run, not just slow. And usually in every single zombie movie, the shtick is the zombies. Like, obviously. And 28 Days Later, it was like, it was a normal survival zombie movie, but then halfway through, when he finds like survivors and starts getting part of groups and with people and like a guy and his kid, then they go to the military
Shaky
base
cam,
and the military people are like, they're like fuck ups. They're like, oh, okay, like we run this shit because we have guns and nobody else has guns and we have this castle. And now what we're going to do is we got to repopulate. So we're going to fuck your girls and you guys can just go fuck off. And obviously they weren't cool with that. So that last act of 28 Days Later was Cillian Murphy's character unleashing one of the zombies that was chained up to go fuck with people and then have other zombies all come in and he was just like killing people. Like oh man, it was fucking great. And then the music started playing like that 28 Days
That
Later
music
music.
was really-
When did 28 Days Later come out?
That was like
90
20 years
That
ago.
was like-
Yeah,
I think it was like
I think
1999
it
or
was
like
the
2000.
90s, either early
Was it?
2000s.
No, it was early 2000s.
I
thought
think
it was like
it might have
2000.
been 99, 98, but it was
So
early
it came out
2000s.
before I Am Legend?
Yes. Oh
Hell
yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah. It's very old.
And the crazies.
Or not very
well,
old,
crazies
but
aren't zombies, but
It was 2002.
2002. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and that like that. I
First time
fucking
I've
love
seen
that
London.
movie.
Cillian Murphy?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That was his. I think that's his first ever role ever. Like.
No, I saw him in Gladiator.
Okay.
Gladiator is
Was he in Gladiator?
2001?
No. I might be.
I think
You
that
talking
might,
about Russell?
it might be his first ever role. I know it's one of his first ever roles, but either way, now 28 years later, I was hyped for it because 28
No, I'm tripping. He was not in
weeks
Gladiator.
later, was it? It was
28 weeks later was one that came later.
Okay, yeah, 28 weeks later, it was pretty all right. It was okay. The
The beginning
Yeah,
of that?
yeah,
Oh
like,
my God.
the
bro.
opening's the best one of the
That
best
nigga left
openings
his
in
wife.
all of horror ever. So now with 28 years later, it's like, okay, like where do you go from here? And I didn't have too much expectations. I was just hyped that we're getting more of the 28
Wait,
series.
did you see it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not yet. And then I heard recently that this 28 years later is going to be the first of a new trilogy. And when I heard that, I was kind of like I don't know how I feel about that. Like 28 days later is fucking phenomenal because it's a story from start to finish. You don't need any more. You don't need any like it is perfect what it is. 28 weeks later is pretty fun, also contained though, not meant to be in much more. So if you're like, oh yeah, here's a horror movie that is going to be a trilogy, I'm like, okay, like it kind of feels weird. But I'm only like on Twitter, man, so many people are saying that the way it ends is one of the most like
When you want to go see it?
ASAP, dude. I'll go see it
I
ASAP.
wanna-
They say that ending, I'm very curious what the fuck it is. They say that the ending completely changes the entire tonal shift of the whole movie, makes it one of the best horror movies ever, and sets up for the next two movies.
This year,
Wow.
So I'm like,
this year been balling.
so
man.
people were
This-
saying like it's fucking phenomenal. And now I sent that tweet that said its opening week is supposed to make like 45 million or 50 million, and Sinners only made 8 million. Another movie only made like 7 million that were like some of the biggest movies. So in terms of like Final Destination Bloodlines, this 28 years later I think is going to
Well,
be up there as well with
when it comes like I just said, when it comes to franchises that people like 2000 friends like fucking Jurassic Park about to come out. They're about to make a shit ton of money.
Jurassic.
When it comes to franchises and people like know it, even if it's good or bad, they're gonna go see it in theaters or not.
100%.
Yeah, and I'm like Final Destination is a franchise where it's like I was saying that when I saw it, I was like, bro, they're never gonna stop making
Yeah.
this. Because there's
Yeah.
always different fucking ways that that was like part of the marketing shit for it. It was like people were making TikToks and like joking about it. Like it was like a penny that like
Yeah,
follows you home or some shit like that. And you like trip on the penny and fucking
That's funny.
slam your head on the counter.
Same
Like,
thing with Saw too. Same
Saw
with
is
Saw
like
as well
one.
because now they're starting to do some.
Are they doing
marketing.
it again?
Yeah,
Son of a
because they,
bitch.
they said it's kind of exciting how they're kind of doing it. It's kind of cool so far because I think they said they weren't going to make anything or then they canceled something. And then it was like in the past month or maybe few months, the official Jigsaw made a Twitter account saying, nope, we're back. Here we are. And then started doing some promoting. And
Wow.
Bro, I don't think they will greenlight your movie unless it can make a franchise. So like
Honestly, at this point, yeah.
when,
Yeah.
even
Not
when Sinners
anymore.
came out,
Hold on, I'll be
it
right
all
back.
depends.
when Sinners came out, it was speculation that they were going to do a sequel on it. They said they won't. Ryan Coogler said he will not do a sequel. But
Yeah.
I don't know about.
I don't think
They'll hire somebody else then to do this.
True.
Yeah, but I mean, even if he got the IP, because they said the same thing when Joker came out. When
Not
they
even-
crossed that $1 billion. They're like, Todd
that's
Phillips.
very true. Yeah, I forget about Joker.
These
That's a really good
executives-
it's a really good example.
They don't give a fuck whether it's a good movie or not. If they see an opportunity that it's going to make money, regardless of where it's going to, like how people are going to feel about it after, like if they see that
God, Joker 2 happened.
there's
Yeah, I
potential
know,
for
same,
like a
same,
crazy
for
first
real.
week just based off of the name because of they're going to do it. They're going to do it every single fucking time.
My thing is, it also depends on the director and then what they've accomplished to make in terms of making something that isn't a franchise. Because with Ryan Coogler, he started with Black Panther. Like he's already had his kind of resume. He's had other movies too that were pretty big, but that's that. And then Christopher Nolan, he made the Batmans. And then now he started making Interstellar and Oppenheimer, their own stuff.
Franchise stars. We're talking about franchise stars.
Yep,
I know y'all in the comments be like, yeah, what's this first movie? Yeah.
And so just I think when a director, even Denis Villeneuve, I don't know what his first movie is. I think it might have been Sicario or something like that. But I guess actually no, Denis would be a bad example because he started making his own original movies that weren't franchises, and now he's making Dune. That kind of gave him the credits. But I think for an original movie to come out like Sinners, you kind of have to have that resume already. Like you have to, you don't have to, but that's how you get the success and the promotion because Sinners was very heavily promoted. Like I've seen it everywhere, heard absolutely nothing but great things. And if it's great, you have to make a great movie too. But if it's not a franchise, I think you have to have a little bit of credibility before you make that movie that isn't a franchise and get successful.
Well, just because I think I seen who was it? It was Matt Damon. He was talking about like, back then when it came to like DVDs and everything, like a lot of people would make their money on DVDs off the back end. Well, nowadays, movies are on on digital in 3 weeks. So instead of movies like making straight to DVD or doing like what's it called, we'll just make a sequel. Just make a sequel, make a franchise out of it. That's how we'll make our money. Kind of goes into like the same thing with the music business, like we're not making money off of physicals anymore, so we're taking money from other avenues. We're taking money from your touring or your fucking your merchandise and everything. So they're gonna find ways to make some money.
That actually kind of makes sense because a lot of times like they'll make the main movie, the first movie will have like a star in it, and then from there on they'll put like random people in it, like with fucking Sinister.
Well, yeah, what was Sinister or fucking 30 Days and Nights?
No,
they took
in the first Sinister it was Ethan Hawke, and then Ethan Hawke died at the end of it.
For some, I was thinking Insidious for some reason.
No,
my bad.
They stretched that shit out.
No, but even later on in Insidious, they didn't have the same people in it.
Yeah, it was,
Like later,
I think
Well,
the fourth
it
one.
was like one of the movies didn't have them, but it had that old lady still in it.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's gonna.
that was the
she's gonna be in any horror movie.
that was the it was like something about a key.
Yeah, the lost key or red key.
Yeah.
Or some shit. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But but that makes sense though, because like usually when you go back and you see the sequels, they don't have the budget of the first one. So, like that actually strategically, that is, I guess that kind of makes sense.
I'm not saying all of the practices that they do are moral or immoral. Sometimes it may be the best business thing. Like, yo, we're not making money from people being in the movie theater. People rarely go to the movie theaters unless it's like a franchise or a once in a lifetime thing like Sinners, once in a generation thing like that. Otherwise, people aren't going to movie theaters. So let's try to make our money somewhere else.
I wonder, actually, I do wonder what the business side of that looks like now with like, do they sell the movie to the streaming sites?
They do.
Do they make money off the advertising?
Yeah.
It's gonna be on Max in July.
They have to
July
have
4th.
contracts.
Yeah, they have contracts with these companies.
Probably like before they even like.
I feel like a
release
big
it.
reason as to why people don't go to the movie theaters anymore is because fucking how expensive it is. Like, bro, like,
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it was always expensive. Like, even as a kid, you know, it is expensive going to the movies, especially if you're getting popcorn and pop and stuff
you're
like
not
that.
paying.
But now it's like fucking for two people,
How much did y'all spend going to see Final Destination? Bro,
at least $50.
$50, I think.
At least
Bro,
50. Like, that's crazy to see a movie, bro.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
think it's like we
that-
y'all don't drink.
no,
Like, you drink.
she likes like so there was the tickets and then the food, like, cause she likes popcorn and shit and like whatever. Like I got like popcorn
and shit.
pop-
And shit.
Candy.
popcorn and
fucking-
pretzels
With the popcorn?
and like she got popcorn, I got pretzels, and like, yeah, it was probably like $50.
That blue check, bro.
Bro. It,
I be
It
getting
used to
pissed
be-
off how often I spend $50.
bro, 50 is the
Yeah,
new 20,
dude.
bro.
Bro, I'm like,
50
bro,
is the new 20. It might be
50
the new
is 20
10 in a
bucks.
minute.
Bro, but it's like, you think about that. That's $50 to go see a movie for two people. You used to be able to go to fucking CVS and get like the fucking coupon and get 2 tickets for Cedar Point for $50.
Yeah.
And that's a whole day experience. We're talking about an
That
hour and a
movie
half,
phone was a-
an hour and a half to 2.5 hours of something, and you're paying $50.
In the
That's
theater stink. Sometimes when we went to
they do smell, bro.
When we went to the AMC Forum to go see Dandy I'm so excited, bro. I want to see the intro, everything.
they need to do something about them fucking seats.
Bro, that's
them old ass
stink in there.
seats.
It stinks in there.
That's because they got seats from the 90s
we went
in
to
there.
go see Spider-Man. It stunk in there. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, it stinks.
That's where we went to see Asteroid
That's where-
City.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, yeah, make
Fucking
my theater
terrible.
experience a little better. Like, have somebody come up to
At
me
least
like,
like,
you okay?
yeah, I mean,
You're
we went
good?
to Imagine, so like Imagine was solid. But
Imagine's always solid.
but still, it's like, bro,
Get off the theater.
gotta spend $50 on fucking everything. Anyway, you brought up music.
Okay, yeah. Since I brought up music, let's talk about this music in the AI. Well, so Timberland
Ugh.
is is he a part-time owner of Sonos?
He's an ambassador.
He's an ambassador of Sonos. So
Suno.
So over the past couple weeks, he has been promoting it, and the whole thing that he went on like a live. I don't know if it's an Instagram live. So he basically previewed a song, and the short term of it is the song was produced by somebody else, and they reproduced it using Sonos. So it was a whole big controversy on that, and we kind of had a little discussion about it. Was he in the right in using it? But he did issue a statement, and I don't know if it was an apology. I kind of saved it and wanted to read it on air or read some of it, but we could talk about it first before we get
Timberland
to
is
it.
the one that made the beat with
No,
He
AI.
didn't make shit.
No, T.I. No, T.I. No, T.I.
It was
Timberland didn't
Timbaland.
do it. Timberland did not make the beat.
Okay, so somebody else made the
Somebody
beat,
else made the beat.
and it was with AI.
No, he made the beat,
Okay.
and Timberland used it in his Sonos demonstration.
Essentially, what Timbaland's been doing, he's been going on lives and having people submit their music, and then he'll critique them.
Yeah.
But what people have been saying, at least from what I've been seeing,
Is that they're training?
is that he has been taking all of their music
Okay.
and putting it into that app
Gotcha.
to teach the AI more, and
Okay.
he's stealing music that way.
So what he did was he uploaded. Suno has a remix feature. So what he did was upload this guy's beat or song or whatever, and then use the remix feature to like create a remix of it.
Okay.
But he doesn't have the rights to that music,
Right.
so he can't do that. And that's against their terms of service, but they didn't do anything about it, and they let him do it. So it's like that's why, like, anyone can take anyone's song and like upload it, and then, well, any no, like not like a recognizable person. Like, I think they have content ID for like big names and shit, but like you could take like one of my songs and upload it and then remix it.
Oh, not plastic. No, they can't have that shit. They gotta fight me for that. Fuck that.
I'm ignorant to this. Did he credit the person?
No.
I didn't think so.
But even still, like you can't, even if you credit them, you can't upload it because it's like now it's in their system.
Yeah.
Like
You're
took
basically training their.
like they use the music that gets uploaded to train their models and shit like that. So it's like that was a big no.
I do got some of the statement from him. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, just some of it. Recently I shared a post where I used this is from Timberland. Recently I shared a post where I used a song that I believe was fully owned by the artist who sent it to me. Out of pure excitement to explore, transform, and collaborate, I ran it through Suno to show this tech can open creative possibilities. I didn't monetize it, release it, or claim ownership. I was generally inspired and wanted to demonstrate what is possible. Second paragraph, I like to formally apologize to K Fresh. I guess that was the producer. I should have done my due diligence before using it. Regardless of my intent, I recognize that everyone involved was. So basically, he's saying that he's sorry that he used the beat. He was just trying to demonstrate it. Wasn't trying to monetize or anything off of it.
Yeah, but he has stake in that app, so technically you're using it as advertisement for the app, which generates money, so you did try to monetize.
That's where the big difference comes, is the person that it is. Like, AI, like using AI music generator, using any kind of AI, it's never... So let's say with somebody who's never made music, somebody who just does it as a hobby, has absolutely no intentions whatsoever of making it a career, making money, nothing, just wants to make just a hobby. You even before this AI boom, you can go on like music making apps. There's little games even on like Cartoon Network. I used to play this game on Cartoon Network for Class of 3000 where it was just you grab loops and you put in this little track and it makes it, and then like you could just do all that kind of like for fun stuff, and it's a fun kind of thing. But if you are somebody who is an established music artist and has a business or a product that you're selling or trying to promote, then that's important to you for you to disclose what's being done, what's being used, the process, who made what, and to be like I don't know whether shameful or unshameful about it, where if I'm Timbaland and I make it, like I'm Timbaland, I've made beats, I've made some legendary beats, I'm going to be proud of those, and now I'm showing off these AI stuff, but I'm not saying, oh, it's AI and it's not thing, then it's going to feel very, very, very weird because it's coming from Timbaland. And not that the process and the act of like being able to remix a random song that I just randomly made, just be like, oh, guy, listen how this sounds, because that'd be fun and they're cool. But you're an established music artist trying to sell uncreativity to people. And I think that's where it kind of hurts it.
Well, he did make a good point before, which I'm kind of like, I like AI. I can see the dangers of it. Like, but the dangers come from people being fucking lazy.
Yeah.
Like
it's always been around.
Like,
stuff
bro,
like that's always been around.
Like, so you actually, I need your help with this.
Okay.
So the Suno thing. So I did, like, you made the Chuck the Cat song on Suno, and he just typed in the prompt or whatever, and then it made the song. Actually recreating that is difficult.
Yeah.
Like actually, like it creates that in seconds. It took me months to get the beat right. Like to get it to fit. And now I just got to do the vocal part. But like, you still have to have like technical skill. Like, so if you're not just going to take whatever the AI generates and put it out as your own, to actually use it, it still takes technical skill. Oh, yeah. And like, so I agree with what Timbaland says, and like pro AI people say about how it can be used as a creative tool. Like it can do stuff like if you have a beat loop and you didn't know where to go with the beat, you can upload your loop and then it'll build out the beat. and then you'll like be like, oh, that sounds good. Like, okay, that is a direction I could go. And then you build it out.
Yeah.
But it's like, so it can give you ideas. Like he said, like, it's like having another person in the studio. Like that is fair. That's a fair assessment. I do not like how they're trying to use that. Like it should be a tool, like how auto-tune is a tool.
Yeah.
Like how like fucking any of these things are like a tool. Like you use the tool to make a good product, like at the end of the day.
And what's wrong with contacting the dude first? Like, yo,
Because
you want to sit here with me and what's one throwaway beat you want to use?
Well,
all right,
so
let's use it.
from what you read, it sounds like someone else sent him that song and claimed it was theirs. That's what it sounded like to me.
yeah.
But like, regardless, like I don't see a problem with using it in that way. But I do see a problem with like trying to replace artists with just AI music.
Oh, that's
like
that's something. Yeah, that part is yeah, that's different.
Yeah, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like they said he signed an AI artist and shit.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna say what I have to say first. So, I mean, yo, I'm not really opposed to AI. I like it as a tool. Like when we did make that Chuck the Cat song, this shit was hilarious. It was fucking cool. It was dope. But actually, like recreating that, of course, that's gonna take some time. Me, I like taking pride in my work. I want to be able to create it myself. I don't have nobody write verses for me, stuff like that. I mean, maybe that might change in the future or something like that. But like, AI can be dangerous, but it also can be useful. Like one example, it's this rapper called Beanie Single. He had his lung collapse and he can't rap like he used to before. So he used AI to kind of like enhance his, like he wrote the verse and everything, but he uses AI to kind of project it a little bit.
I used an AI voice generator to redo one of my songs that I did a long time ago when I was younger. So like my voice was like higher pitched. And
them younger,
but I don't like re-recording shit because like I personally don't like re-recording shit because I get a feeling from the original one and then I feel like I'm chasing that feeling if I try to recreate it.
Yeah.
So with that one, it just let me redo the voice and it just sounds like my voice now. So like that is a good use of it, I would say.
Yeah, perfect.
But like sometimes like it's only not good, but anything is like that. It's only not good when you use it to exploit.
Yeah.
Like, it's only not good when you're using it to like get over or take advantage of like someone else. Like if you're trying to, which I saw this marketing guy, Corey, that I know he put out a video where he was saying like, you know, that like for all of you artists who are like talking shit about AI and like claiming like, you know, AI is bad and you want people to stand up for your rights and that, like, you know, that we can see you when you're using AI to create your cover art or like you're using AI for like this other stuff, like you are also putting an artist out of work or like whatever. And I'm like, that's a valid point, kind of. But at the same time, I'm like, if I want to do something that I want to, and like, if I want to do something like I use AI to make my cover arts, but that's because what I've been doing with the new cover arts is taking scenes from anime and then making them look real. Like, so like I took a picture of Kagome and then like made it look like a real person. And then that's like a cover or like whatever. Like, so I like doing that. I don't know how I would do that otherwise. Like, you know, so like I couldn't do that otherwise. But his point is still valid. Like you are still doing.
Well, I think that goes. You go, Wes.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I think that goes into what I was kind of my point earlier with like Timbaland and like it depends on where it's coming from and who it is. Where if I have millions of dollars, I'm an established artist and I'm trying to create music, to create a fan base and to be like, I'm creating great music, then every facet of what I produce, I will invest money in. So like my cover art, my features, my mixing, mastering, the promotion. I will invest money into those and go to people. For me, when like my music, when I put it out on SoundCloud, Spotify, I also use AI covers. Like I'll just like if I'm thinking like, oh, I just want to go for this one vibe, I'll type in a prompt and then add some effects to it and text and whatnot, and just like that.
Yeah.
I could go to an artist and somebody who I'm a fan of, but that's like $50, $100 just for. And I'm not trying, like when I make for me, when I'm putting my music out, when I'm making music, it is strictly just to be like, hey guys, look what I made. Like I just want to be like, hey, look, I make music, guys. This is kind of cool. If you want to work with me, come work with me. That's my whole point. I'm not trying to be like, I'm a great artist. I want to show people music and change the world. I'm trying to do this, that. So I'm not like, I do think cover arts are important. I think every aspect of an art is important, but it depends on your status, your money, who you are, where you can take those revenues as long as, again, being unshameful about it and like up and open and not trying to manipulate it, or like you said, like not trying to make it seem like that it's that easy. Like if I created a whole song on Sonos, an AI song, and then created an AI cover
Suno.
of that Suno, created a whole Suno AI cover art, AI lyrics, everything about it AI, even maybe the title AI, and I post it and I go up to everybody, look at this song that I made, I'm so good, fuck off. Like that's where it's annoying. Like I don't want somebody to get an ego and think that they're better than others or can create more than others just because they put in a
I mean,
prompt.
that is like, that's different though, because like that's like a weird like ego thing. Like that's like a
Yeah, that's
personal
true.
thing.
I can't
Like
think of
because only like a
examples. I've never seen
weirdo,
that.
even like just a weird person would do that. That's like false. That's like stolen valor.
Yeah,
That's somebody who never created anything. But Wes, say what you got to say, because I'm about to get on the sampling point and I'm going to go.
Who is the dude that's made that statement? You said he was a publicist,
He was a marketer.
and he's like in the industry, like
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
I feel like people in the industry forget who they are
Oh no.
a lot of the time. Like in saying, like all you people complaining about AI, we can see when you guys use. Yeah, motherfucker. They work a 9 to 5 and don't have the money
No,
to pay.
he was talking about Erykah Badu and The Alchemist.
Oh, he was talking about them
Yeah,
specifically.
like Erykah,
Oh,
like
okay.
he was using that as the green screen because Erykah Badu put out something and The Alchemist put out something and he used AI cover art for it.
Song is pretty good.
See, now in that instance, I would say that's pretty meh. But I don't think that is something that you can shame them for it, but not like, all right, everything discredit, you're fake.
But I don't
you.
think it was the album. I don't even think it was an album. I think it was just a cover for the song.
No, right. Like
Yeah.
like the art cover.
Yeah, like
Right.
the art cover for the song.
Right, and that's why I'm like, that's like, I think that's more of a like middle of the road where like you could be like, yeah, what the fuck? Like how I said earlier, like if you make millions of dollars, you're established artist, you should be able to go out to somebody, but it's just the cover art and you can't just be like, that's kind of lame. But then that's it. Because they're not like, but the music itself is an AI, from what I'm assuming, and it's just all situational. I really do think every use of AI is.
I feel like,
depends.
to be honest, like I'm kind of like on the fence about that because it's like this is like the similar conversation to when T-Pain was using autotune, and
No,
then
it's a similar
everybody was
It's a similar conversation when people were using sampling. When they were saying like in the 90s,
sampling is cheating.
yeah, they was like, "Yo, wait, you're using Juicy? That you can't do that.
Well,
you can't make your own." But like, they was like, "Well, I'm making my own version of it. I mean, I am using a Donny Hathaway sample."
My
in
thing
the
to that
chorus.
is,
I'm not singing it.
for Persia's instance, when you made the Kagume cover art, that is a better use of it than like, so like when I made my cover art, example, there's a song Blind in Me, and I was just like, I didn't have any reference. All I just thought was, all right, light coming from top in a dark room, and that was it. So it created something of just my prompt. I didn't already have an idea. So that's kind of like a little ingenuine or like disingenuine, where it's like, the whole point of art, and for me to be proud of it, is to be like, look what I created and look what I like were my thoughts, and this is how it came out. If you were to just generate something to just be like, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna type in this song, this genre, and this thing, and this is created. And it's like, oh man, I created this. It's like, well, you didn't have that step. Like, so the auto
Didn't stem from from an idea.
right, like I didn't create this. It just gave me the idea. Like with auto-tune, you're the one singing still. You're still the one choosing what note you want it to be. You got to sing.
You have to make the
You are
auto-tune sound.
creating it. Auto-tune is helping. AI, like how we all said, tool. Use it to help, not create. Like I'm not gonna, like if I'm gonna be like, hey, you guys want to come to the studio session? Sure, okay. All right, now you guys come here. All right, let's use this AI to see what we're gonna make today. All right, let's type in this, dude. Random prompt. Okay, looks like we're gonna make this kind of like no,
Nah, I
like,
get what you're saying.
come in here, be like, hey, you guys want to make this kind of song? All right, yeah. You know what? I can't think of any ideas. Let's get a base. So let's type in what we want and then see where we go from there.
You're saying like, so you're saying like with my example, like I already had I had a vision for what I was trying to do. So it stems from that vision. Like that's what makes it creative. Because like I am creating from
Hold on, I'm sorry, my dad.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm like creating from a like a creative place. Like I already knew what I was trying to do. And actually I will say,
He probably pocket dialed you. Call him back. Call him back. Let's call him back.
yeah, going back.
Yeah, he called me like 4 times just in the straight row. So that's
Oh yeah. Call him back.
I'm like,
Yeah, call him back. But
Yeah, I think so for me, actually, that's how you know. Like for me, whenever I try to use AI for something, I already have an idea in mind and I'm trying to use AI to build out that idea, and it's harder to use it that way. Like it takes like if you're actually trying to like you have a specific vision in mind and you're trying to like build out that vision, it's harder to do that. Cuz like it's hard to get, like it's hard to prompt it to do exactly what you want it to do. It's easy if you're like using it like how Matt was saying like oh like let's just create some shit and see what comes out. Yeah. Like, you know, and just like cuz you're kind of taken by surprise in that situation, like, and that's what you're trying to do.
well, I'm just saying. Well, even on the standpoint of like being a creator, where like even I do our YouTube thumbnails or my YouTube thumbnails sometimes. Like I don't use AI. I go on Canva. I come up with the fucking what idea or what we were talking about, and I kind of like use Canva to get rid of some stuff. But sometimes Canva stuff is AI generated, like removing backgrounds or like removing certain things, or like, oh, you want to edit in a knife in somebody's hand. Like you're using AI. That's using AI, but it's just like using it as a tool. I'm not using it in the prompt of like, oh, bring up the sun rising or some shit like that. But it's like everybody creates differently too. Yeah. Everybody creates differently. Some person may be you may be the greatest songwriter in the world, made the greatest song ever, produced it. What's it called this? I can't come up with a cover art. Everybody isn't in the same financial situation. Maybe I don't have $50 to go get a fucking cover art. Maybe my friend does do it, but he charges $50 for it. So maybe I don't know, get an orange slate and then do some AI stuff to prompt it out. I don't see what is wrong with that. I'm just gonna discredit the song now.
It's hard because like, so for me, like I can see both sides, but like that when it comes down to it, it's like,
you okay?
What's difficult, or I guess like they're trying to turn it into like a moral conversation, but it's like, so I had this idea for like a short, like a short anime thing, right? And I can use AI to create that, which is like what I was planning on doing. But then like, so when I was talking to Max about that, and Max was just like, just be aware, like some people are going to be upset that you use AI for that. But it's like, to create what I'm trying to create without using AI would cost $30,000.
Hair like wool.
Like,
hair like wool. The claymation for it cost $1,000, and it was it's just a loop. It's just a loop.
That was
$1,000.
Yeah,
I paid West $100. Because I love West. I paid him money for the lyric stuff.
Holy
Bro, it was
shit, bro.
$1,000.
I would have done a better job
it
for
took-
$200.
It took 3 months.
That's crazy.
It took 3 months.
It's very time consuming, and
Claim-
like,
I respect the claymation progress. But, like,
Claymation
still,
takes so fucking long.
Yeah, he showed me a behind the scenes of it.
Yeah, it does.
It takes so fucking
Claymation's
long.
hard.
But
and
like
even when I
Yeah.
did that,
That's crazy.
that guy that did that TikTok for Tropical Pikachu, where it was like the girls from Naruto.
yeah.
Like that was like $500.
I love
like-
that. I love that.
Like something like that. So it's like okay, so in that situation, like when you take a critic, am I not supposed to do something that I can do? Like just not supposed to do it at all because I can't afford to like hire
You know,
No, you absolutely.
you know like,
right.
like
This is- yeah.
genuinely like I mean you like am I
And then it's these motherfuckers who never created anything. Like if you have an idea, like I done had an idea for the longest for this video, but I didn't make this song with Matt a year ago. But it's expensive.
that's a
It
really
is.
good point.
How long we gotta wait?
As somebody who's a creative in music that doesn't do the music, I feel like a lot of the frustration from people in my position when it comes to AI and like artists using AI, I feel like it's not so much the lower level artists or people coming up trying using it. It's labels follow what base level artists are doing, people trying to come up. So like for a long time they didn't see music videos like Cole Bennett was making as
The norm.
a music video that they would pay to have done or that was able to be used by their artist. But as it grew and Cole grew, they seen, okay, yeah, cool, we can use these types of music videos and we'll pay dirt cheap for them. It's kind of the same thing with like people using AI. Okay, now we're going to start using AI and not pay creatives because this is another avenue where we can cheap out.
yeah like they're trying to save money by doing
Well, you
Yeah.
see that even just not in music. Like, thank God I haven't seen it recently, but like, remember when AI first ever was like becoming a big thing, and it was Christmas time? Coca-Cola made a whole ad just using AI.
Oh yeah, I saw
and
it.
that's one of those. It's like,
And Coors Light did it. I think
There's companies that are literally building their entire like infrastructure off of, they are AI companies using, like they're companies using all AI. So those are another thing that creatives are getting upset with. Like, you aren't even actual like creative. You're just coming in our lane and taking our jobs using AI.
Yeah, and I've like to me, I feel like the best uses of AI that I've seen were like collaborative. Like it was like it was you use AI to do something with something an artist already made, or like I've seen like I follow some videographer, and he shows how he uses AI to make special effects. That is cool. Like it's seeing that is dope. Like seeing how like using AI like to enhance a video or to like put like different kinds of things in a video or like whatever, that is cool. I don't really think much of completely AI videos. Even AI songs. Like AI songs are not good enough to be out.
you
like
can tell it. Yeah.
quality like the way that I was using AI is like literally with how you said, like I know that's what I was saying when you had to step away. Like AI is actually harder to use when you already have a vision in mind, and like you're gonna stick to that vision. Like if you're like trying to bro, I was trying to create an image, and I spent fucking hours trying to generate that fucking image, like over and over and over and over and over and over, like hours, like as much time as a good artist would probably spend drawing it. I was like trying to get this shit to do what I'm trying to get it to do. And then like, so there's some things where I know like AI could not do this. But like for me, like it's harder when you're doing that. But for me, the benefit is what Timbaland said. Like it actually does get it gets my wheels turning. It's like, I'm thinking about, so like there was an instance where I did this, the song that I'm doing called The Crowd. I used a cover, and the cover is like I took that picture from Attack on Titan when Erwin was about to do that suicide charge, and he was like sitting on that broken wall, and he asked Levi like, "Do you see them?" And then it like went to the background, and it was all the dead soldiers behind him. I did that, and then like made it realistic, but it wasn't coming. It didn't look how I wanted it to look. So I'm like, I uploaded that to ChatGPT, and I was like, "What do you think of it? Like, fuck around with this and try to like make it look more like a cover art." I didn't use anything that it did, but I was like, "Oh, that gives me an idea of what to do." So then I'm like, and it wasn't even close to what it did, but it just made me start thinking about what I didn't want it to look like and what I do want it to look like, and then I figured it out on my own. But you know, like it is like having another person in the room, which is like the benefit, but like it's not. If you're gonna have another person in the room, have them be an assistant. Don't have them doing your fucking work. Like that's
No. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So when that kind of came out, with like the Timbaland stuff, I went down a rabbit hole on TikTok. I don't know how much of the information that people gave is accurate, but Timbaland's been doing it for a while and kind of just like
Yeah, he said he'll use Biggie's voice.
he's been stealing a lot of people's music and passing it off as his own and like not crediting and stuff like that.
That's the problem.
super
The
weird.
only
And they even said like it goes back like a while. Like a lot of the production that we give to Timbaland is like him. It wasn't him.
But that's what I'll be hearing with a lot of writer camps, like in Dre's camp or like in
no, yeah,
Metcalf's camp.
Dre's the same way. A lot
Like they have production camps, and the people who are making the beats, or like he may do the drums or something like that, they're gonna still credit Timberland and everything. But also on some apps, I know Genius does this, they actually will credit like the person name who was in Timberland's camp.
that's if he gives the information.
No, if he does that, which I think they have to do. Like I haven't been in the songwriters camp, production camp. Like maybe you have to register your name or something like that. Then your actual
They
name.
probably
it
do.
comes down
They
to
probably do work for hires. That's probably why they don't get credited. Because if you do a work for hire, you are giving your rights away.
Yeah, there's a lot of producers that we give a lot of credit to for
And songwriters.
100%. That we give a lot of credit to, and we'll be like, they're a genius. Can you believe the way and they didn't actually do that. Yeah. But Timbaland's been like, he'll go and like, there's examples people said like he'll go and like you submit all your music and he's out here critiquing the fuck out of you and critiquing the fuck out of your song, and then take that song and put it in Suno and be like, look what I did, look at how dope this song is that I created. And it's just like,
yeah, that's
and
like goofy.
And then I recently saw stuff about fucking Pharrell, which broke my heart a little bit, bro.
Do we got time to touch on that, or can we just skip past that?
I was just gonna say
I'm talking about the Travis thing.
We might as well.
No, go.
Yeah,
go
we
ahead.
can do Travis, but
go ahead.
Pharrell. I guess there's certain levels of copyright, you know, that they never went through with the Neptunes, and Pharrell went and copyrighted it all without Hugo.
I'm gonna circle back on that.
Chad
Before we
Hugo.
close this Sonos thing off, I want
Suno.
Suno. Oh my
I
God!
also have one more thing.
I'm gonna say one more thing before Matt does. Maybe, not maybe, but Timberland, legendary. I know that he tries to be a little innovative in his stuff. He did it with the Versus thing, and like, you know, that ended up generating a lot of revenue for him because he loves music. I believe his intentions are he loves to create.
He's an artist.
Maybe on the music business side he isn't as savvy or is like, you know, inclined to do the moral thing about it, just because like no, because a lot of people are that. Like, you know, their intentions will get away of their morality.
Yeah, of course.
And they don't intend to. I'm not intending to steal from you. I just want to create something.
Being ignorant.
Yeah, that does not justify anything that the nigga's doing. I'm just talking about on the music side of it. Maybe he's trying to be innovative because he did it with Versus before. That's all I have to say on that.
And back to like when you were talking about how people used to be mad about samples, auto-tune, just stuff about like
Freestyle
being like,
covers.
oh, you're cloning or you're copying. I thought of a good example back with like how you're talking about you want to make an anime. There was this YouTuber, animator. He made this stick figure fight that was like mind blowing. Like it looked like an anime fight. Like
Was that the new ground shit?
I don't know. No, it's kind of like in that era, but it was its own thing. It was on YouTube. It's like kind of in that same vein, but it was like so highly production and that it was like, what the fuck? How could you make stick figures this fucking cool? And so, anyways, they wanted to make it like an actual show, like on YouTube. And so he opened up like funding, like, please pay for this so that I can make it for you. And the first thing came out was phenomenal, like looked fan-fucking-tastic. But then he had to cancel it because a lot of people were really, really, really upset. And now this is a really interesting thing because I think about this when I want to animate or when I want to draw even. He was getting flamed for a lot of the choreographed scenes he took from animes, like a Naruto fight scene. So like he just kind of redrew it, but with the stick figures fighting instead. And then a fight from My Hero Academia. Yeah, and so, but the problem where it came in is that people were like, he was making money and he was asking people for money. So that's where the problem came in was if we're giving you money, you shouldn't be copying other people's work. But then on the other flip side, in those same animes, they
copied
copy.
other-
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
like,
I don't think people realize that
How much?
a lot of stuff is copied. Like it's
Nothing is
redone, but it's copied.
there's
like,
only so much
didn't-
choreography you can do.
Transformations
like
are from
bro,
somewhere. Like,
choreography is a separate job. That's a whole other department. Like that's choreography is someone's fucking job in an anime. Like the nigga, like Hajime Isayama didn't fucking do the choreography for like he just wrote the story.
Yeah.
Like so it's like. And then that goes back and like, do you want me to hire someone to do the choreography?
I can't do that shit.
Like what the fuck are you talking about? And then even like I'm pretty sure Michael B. Jordan used a Naruto fight scene in one of
Yes,
his
he
movies.
did. Yeah.
So it's
And
like
Creed too.
the
like-
eyes from centers come from pushing.
yeah, like
it's inspiration. Like like he didn't take the scene and literally just only put the scene like randomly just a Naruto scene.
Yeah, no, it was
no,
still the
he
stick
drew
figures
it.
and yeah,
he took the
redid
time
it.
to drew it.
He redid it.
Like
so the thing
people just fucking suck.
with
Mm-hmm.
shit like that, it's like I don't even care because it's like bro, like even when Max said that to me, it's like I don't care because I I understand that will happen. I'm sure that will happen, but it's like I don't care because all that I wanted was to see my vision come to life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I don't like this is like and I'm not trying to wait until I got
gonna have
an
to talk
extra
after this. We
$30,000 to do that.
Yeah.
But then and I'm spitballing 30,000. It would probably be more. Like but regardless, my last thing on that is going to be that the problem with this is that it goes back with sampling, it goes back with like everything, like the reason the writing camps and production camps, the reason why these people can do that and they don't care
Hold on,
about
these people.
the reason why these people can do that and they don't care about the repercussions of it is because at the end of the day, people don't actually care that much. They don't
Yep.
care where it comes from. They care about what it does for them. So that's why they're going to do it. That's why people are using it. Like people don't like a small percentage of like people that see it are going to say like, oh, whatever. Like the layman, the normal person who's like using this as an escape isn't going to think like, oh, like you used AI in this? Like, no, they're just like, they either fucking like it or they don't.
Yeah, Chuck does like wearing hats.
He does. So like that he doesn't at all. He doesn't like anything. But like, so that's the problem. And like, that's where like the moral thing comes in. It's like like a lot of shit with art is like that though. Cause it's like, you know, like artists, like, so with rap in particular, like people will say like, I'm a lyrical artist. I like punchlines. If you're like a melodic or a mumble rapper or like whatever, I've never been like this, but like people will say like, oh, that's not real rap,
Yeah.
or like whatever. Like that's not like you ain't really doing like whatever. And then,
doing shit,
but it's
little
like
nigga.
at the end of the day, or like other like so lyrical artists will say that about other kinds of art, like they like because they think that they put so much effort into this, and like you're just kind of getting away with doing whatever. But it's like it doesn't matter. You're doing that because that's what you want to do. Like I'm a punchline artist because that's what impresses me. I don't think people give a fuck about that. They just like if the song is good or not. Like, is the song good? Do I like the song? Am I gonna listen to it? Everything else after that is subjective. Like, it doesn't really matter if like you did everything yourself or you outsourced everything or like whatever. That's like your integrity as an
If
artist.
y'all niggas gave a fuck about somebody doing shit they sells, Russ would be the most highest selling artist of all time. And I don't like Russ like that.
Russ,
so all that
bro,
shit is
J. Cole does that. J. Cole does the same thing.
I feel like a lot of like, at least within the community, a lot of like distaste and not liking other people like having success from like mumble rap or the melodic stuff is award shows and stuff like that. They didn't know how to categorize this stuff. Now you got like a melodic rap and they just but like it was taking away from accolades of somebody like a fucking Freddie Gibbs or something like that. Like these didn't happen. I'm just making up a scenario.
Thank you.
Lil Uzi comes in, wins Rap Album of the Year over fucking J. Cole. And people are like, that's fucking crazy. His music's bullshit and J. Cole's music is good. But, like, they're two completely different types of artists. That'd be like putting fucking Taylor Swift and fucking... They're both pop. That's bad.
The one year that Malcolm,
It's different, but like that's
the one
like
year that Malcolm Moore won that Rap
that's
Album
like
of the Year over.
Here, I'll use a
Lamar
different
and
example. That's like taking Metallica and fucking Kid Cudi and putting them in the same category for best rock album of the year, and it's like no, they're not even remotely similar artists.
Yeah, like people are just, it's just, there's always going to be that element of shit. And then there's always going to be like people that are kind of like discrediting something or like whatever over favor or like whatever. At the end of the day, it's like for the actual consumers, like it's just, do I like it or do I not like it? And they don't really give a fuck where it came from. And they'll probably never know where it came from because like they're not going to see the process unless you like put it out, you know? So it's like, and people were saying that about Kanye sampling like early on. And it's like, is that true? Yes, because you're not making the music. Like the music itself, like if you program the drums, that's one thing. But it's like, are you like playing the sitar? Are you
chopping the sample?
No. Like, are you playing the sitar? Are you using the horn? Are you playing the horns? Like whatever. Are the people that can do that more talented than you? Like, are like because you're just sampling what they already did. And you're not the one doing it. Does that mean you're not an artist? Like at the end of the day, it's like that's a whole discussion. And
it's been that way since the beginning of time.
I mean,
yeah,
like,
it's like
when I go to
artists
like
take from
Comic-Con, I like the first year that we went to Comic-Con, I saw a bunch of people using AI art. And when I saw that it was AI, my immediate thing was just be like, oh, I would discredit. Like I would just be like, oh, AI, like that shouldn't even be here. Like I don't know why you're doing that, whatever. But then like the last Comic-Con, I saw a artist booth that it wasn't AI, but it was very, very, very not great art. Like without being mean, it was very like I was
I could be mean for you. It was bad.
okay, thank you. And I was sitting there like, man, I could probably draw better than this. But I was like, but like good shit though. Like power to you. Like you're doing what you want. You're making what you want, and you're getting out there. You're selling. You're doing what you want. And I was able to at least respect that. But like how you said, well, I didn't really like it that much. While with the AI stuff, it visually looked good, but because it was very obviously AI, I was like, nah, like get it out of here. But again, that's just situational. Depends on what it is.
You want to touch on that Travis shit real quick?
All right, real quick. Pusha called Travis out since Travis been playing the field a little bit. He did that with the Drake and Kanye thing with the sicko mode shit. He had Drake get on there and diss Kanye and knew about it They called him out for that, let him go. Then he did the Like That thing where he wanted the song to premiere that dissed Drake, and nobody called him out for that. So the last thing was the Meltdown verse that was on his 2023 album. It dissed Pharrell, who had production on his album. Well, Drake dissed Pharrell. And Pusha T, this year or recently, he has an album coming out, and he called out Travis for doing this sneaky stuff or fence sitting shit. And people online, well, not even just online, but people are just, they feel a way towards it because a lot of younger fans, Travis has the biggest fan base. He's one of the biggest artists in the world right now. They feel as such as Pusha T is kind of punching down on him just because Travis isn't a real rapper. Why would Pusha T be doing this? A lot of people who don't know the clip's backstory only know Pusha T as the person who dissed Drake in 2016. So that's when his career started. His career didn't start with Pharrell in them.
That was 2018.
That was 2018. I'm sorry. But yeah, so as a fan of both Travis and Pusha, I have seen the snake shit that Travis. I don't want to call it snake shit. I would just call it like. Honestly, it is kind of snake. Yeah, it kind of is snake.
My opinion is like, does Travis participate in beef? No, not really. I don't see him like, he doesn't pick a side. He doesn't ever pick a side and things. He's kind of just like a neutral party.
But on that, if you my boy, and this guy is on here talking shit about me, and you know it, and you put it out, and it's your biggest song ever, not give you a pass on it. But then you do it again? Why would
it
I
makes it
want
different
you,
if you have a personal relationship with the person.
But I have a personal relationship.
That's what I'm saying. Like that makes it different. Like if I know you personally, and like we have a relationship where you're able to come to Louis Vuitton and play your fucking album for me.
Yeah,
then,
and I produced a song on your album.
Like that does make it different.
Like
there's a difference between like not getting involved in beef and then like this isn't not getting involved in beef because you're letting someone diss you, diss like someone you know on your song. Like that is crazy. Like you are literally involved. Like
no, you are. And then you act, because he doesn't say anything. He never says anything about nothing. So nobody knows his true feelings on certain things. But like, okay, I'm not telling you, yo, when I go shoot at this nigga, you got to pick up a stick too, nigga. Yeah, I'm not telling you that. I'm just saying, like, if I'm calling you my friend, why are we letting this dude around the session who's obviously cool with our top op since what happened to that boy? Like, if we know you a op, now I identify you as a op now. Just in that sense, not saying, oh, you gotta fuck Travis. Oh, I'm like, bro, you just can't come around here until we know whose side you're on, because we have real life issues with that dude. It isn't just some rap shit, because this stands over. I explained to y'all on the phone. I'm not doing that. Over 20 years. Yeah. So, yeah.
Is it? I thought it happened in like 2006.
What happened to that boy? They didn't pay him for that beat.
Yeah, I thought that happened in 2006.
No, that was like when I could have sworn that was like when I was like in 6th grade. That was a while ago. But then the whole Bape shit happened where they said that Mr. Me Too shit happened. That was 2006, 2005 or 2006. So, I mean, that's something too. But that all started over like a Bape hoodie. That was crazy. That was a crazy time frame.
2002.
2002.
What happened to that boy was 2002.
God damn.
Yeah, they I don't, to be honest, like, it's just with a situation like that, I think it's immature to automatically assume that somebody's gonna be like involved in your shit. Like, if I have a problem with somebody, like, I don't automatically think that you also have to have a problem with that person. Right. But it's where the problem comes in is like, if like if you come around me and like you're aware of the problem that I have with this other person, but we just don't talk about that. That's fine. Like that's normal. Like you don't have to pick a side.
It's not a gang.
Yeah, like you don't have to pick a side. Like you like I saw some fucking meme or something where it was like it's the worst when two people that you are friends with are beefing and all you can say is like y'all tripping, bro. like that's what you're supposed to do. You'd be like y'all tripping, bro. Like,
for
like
real.
don't involve me in that. And then or whatever, like that is respectable. It's different if like you come around me and you're talking shit about this other person, then you go to that other person, I'm gonna assume that you're talking shit about me to that other person. That's like playing both sides. That's the shit that's like, you can't fucking do that. And then like even in this scenario, like it seems like Trav and Pusha had like a relation, they had some kind of a relationship, but it's like, if that's the case, you should know, especially knowing the person who you're involved with.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they feel about what you're doing.
Right.
Like, if it was to happen to them, like, if like Kendrick disses, even if Future wasn't already dissing Drake, Kendrick dissing Drake on a Future song is, Drake would be pissed.
Yeah.
He'd be like, what the fuck? Like, you can already see, Drake got mad that a politician in Canada went to Kendrick's show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bro, like, so it's like, you know how he feels about that, and you're allowing him to do that to your people. Like that, you're picking a side.
you
Bro,
see-
and then sorry, man.
No, you're
And
good.
then even to that point, you know, because Kanye is just as sensitive as Drake, and you knew Kanye wouldn't shut up about that sicko mode verse,
Yeah.
and you continue to perpetuate that shit.
Yeah.
I don't believe Travis has loyalty to anybody in the game besides Mike Dean and money. Like I think that's
Took
literally.
Mike Dean from Kanye. So that's your all right.
I feel like nope. I get what you're saying, but literally,
No, I'm
like
with you, I'm with
when it comes down to Travis, all he gives a shit about
That's what Pusha
is
said.
money. Like that's all he cares about. Is
That's
money.
what he said. He's like, you know, like he just doesn't have any loyalty to anybody, which is like fine. But yeah, I mean, it, like,
At least we know now.
yeah, but it's natural that you would fall out after that. Like, yeah. So I don't think there's anything wrong with him. Like, I mean, he's a rapper. Like, and like people were saying like, oh, he does this every album. Like, okay, that's when he puts out music. Like, like if like, what are you talking about? Like,
It's so weird because then it's like, okay, you get into that point and he's addressing it in the music. And then people would complain about, oh, I'm tired of these people going on Instagram Live or tweeting out your problems. Just say it in the music. Well, he said it in the music.
yes.
So
Just people, you can never,
Yeah.
man, fuck
go
them.
ahead.
Who cares?
I was just gonna mention, like, do you see that clip where Kai Cenat and Drewski, they were at the BET Awards, and then SZA and Kendrick Lamar were in front of Drewski and Kai, and they
Oh, yeah.
turn around to like say, "Hi, how's it going?" Like SZA said, "Hey, Kai, how's it going?" Because
SZA
SZA was on
fine.
Kai's stream before, so they know. And then SZA introduced Kai to Kendrick just right there, and Drewski just sitting there the entire time, like,
and
looking around because
Hands in the
Drewski
pocket.
and Drake are cool. And so that's just like, it reminds me of one of those situations where Drewski's like, yeah, like I am cool with Drake. I'm actually friends with Drake, or not friends with Drake, but cool enough to Drake where I respect